Welcome back, America. We have Newt Gingrich, really a great man, a very wise man. Newt Gingrich, what would you say to the people who still say that our military operation, our economic operation, call it what you will, against Iran was a mistake, it was a choice? What do you say to those people now looking back maybe 2 months or so?
Well, first of all, I'd go back and quote Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who, dealing with a very skeptical public in September of 1941, gave an address and said, look, if you're standing next to a rattlesnake, you don't have to let it bite you before you decide it's dangerous. And he, of course, was talking about Nazi Germany. The Iranian dictatorship, which is a religious dictatorship, has for 47 years been chanting death to America. Literally, 47 years. They've been chanting death to America. The military leadership, the IRGC, has been chanting death to America. They have been trying desperately to get nuclear weapons, and they've been working to get missiles that could deliver nuclear weapons to the United States. So in the Roosevelt tradition, I would say to skeptics, do you really have to lose Chicago or Boston or Seattle to decide these people are dangerous? Every day that the Iranian religious dictatorship is in power, it is a threat to the world. And if you think that somehow they're nice people, they've killed 42,000 Iranians this year. They've killed vastly more Iranians than the United States and Israel combined, vastly more. But nobody seems to want to condemn a religious dictatorship filled with hatred, which has, in its own mind, been waging war and killing Marines in Lebanon, for example. These people have been against us, and that was in 1983. So this war has been going on a long time. Trump's the first president to have the courage to say, you know, we need to break the regime. And that's what he's trying to do. Not necessarily, he wouldn't call it regime change, but if he can get them to give up nuclear weapons, he can get them to give up their ballistic missiles, he can get them to agree to quit subsidizing terrorism, he will, in fact, functionally have broken the regime. That is humanity's work. This is an evil dictatorship. It is fully as evil as Adolf Hitler was or Joseph Stalin was, and we need to be honest about it. And frankly, Mark, I think this is a good debate. The country has to make a decision. Do you want to live in a fantasy land until the nuclear weapon goes off in your neighborhood? Or do you want to be realistic and honest and take the steps necessary to protect America?
You make good points, Newt. I don't mind the debate. I mind efforts to sabotage and obstruct what the president's doing with phony War Powers Act arguments. And now they want to impeach the Secretary of War in the middle of this military operation. They're talking about impeaching the president come November. Well, let me ask you this. You're a historian, but you're also a philosopher in many respects. I feel like half the country has the will to survive. I mean, this is what we're talking about. This regime gets nuclear weapons. It's an issue of survival. If you don't believe they're going to use them, then I think that's fantasy land. And yet maybe the other half or a third believes, no, that's okay. As they push their Marxist agenda, their Islamist agenda, their big government agenda, and all the rest. And they seem to say, no, that's a far-off war. That's not a problem. The isolationists say the same thing, by the way. What do you make of that? Are you concerned, here we are, the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, that there's a growing part of our population, particularly younger perhaps, that does not have the will to do or to believe in what has to be believed in and done? Now, it's a long question. I want to go to the next segment and give you an opportunity to answer that. So
be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.